Welcome in, folks. Appreciate you guys joining me here for another Mount Polumbus Speaks All 22 film breakdown session. We've got the Denver Broncos offense against the Indianapolis Colts defense today. That was a disappointing game for the Broncos because they had so many opportunities to win it. Comes down to a very ticky-tack call on that field goal at the end of the game. And unfortunately for the Broncos, they had many opportunities to put this game away. They just could not do it. I thought Bo Nix had a relatively nice bounce-back game. The offensive line did some good things. The running game looked pretty dang solid at times. But unfortunately, the Broncos just couldn't get it done. Probably should break down the defensive film, and I will do that. But for today, we're going to focus on the offense. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this thing. The first play of the game was great. We come out in 22 personnel. So what do I mean by that? We got 2 tight ends on the field, and we got 2 running backs that are on the field. Big personnel, right? So obviously a run look for the Broncos. They come out in a power. They run power on the first play of the game. And a great run from J.K. Dobbins. He's going to get up. He's going to say, feed me and let me eat some more. And it was good to see. You know, I thought that J.K. Dobbins was pretty dang good in this game. And R.J. Harvey had a moment or two, but just did not have a whole lot of opportunities to carry the ball. So let's watch number 74 here. He's going to do a good job of pulling around into space. And he's going to come around here, go up, fill up on the number 44. Good patience from J.K. Dobbins. There's a great hole there, and the Broncos are off to the races. Okay, second play of the game. We're coming out in a pistol formation. We're going to move our running back up to us, so now we're in shotgun. We're going to run the ball again. Not quite as effective, but hey, in the NFL, 3 or 4 yard gain is not necessarily a bad thing. Gun runs can be tough at times. If you watch my all 22s, you know that I think gun runs can be tough. You got to run it out of gun, but they can be tough. So here's what you got here, okay? So let me get my lines right. We're going to go, we're man on man here. We're man on man here. We're man on man here. We got a double team between these two guys up to here. The problem is number 90 is going to do just a late, oh, shoot, wrong. Here we go. Number 90 is just going to do a late little loop around, and Luke Wattenberg's going to lose his man. I like this finish, though, from Ben Powers. Watch Ben Powers, number 74. Now he gets a little bit of a schoolyard. Luke Wattenberg ends up going low on DeForest Buckner, but Ben Powers ends up on top of him. Anytime you can finish on top of your man, that's a good moment for the offensive line. Okay, 3 straight runs to start the game, and I love it. Broncos been working hard to get their wide zone running game going, and at many times it's been ineffective. Early on in this game, it looks really good. So you're going to go cross flow action with Trent Sherfield. Trent Sherfield is going to, excuse me, let me go back. Trent Sherfield's going to go cross flow. He's going to try to get this in man on the line of scrimmage. We'll be man, and we're going to be doubling up to 44. Great job by the offensive line here all the way around. Watch Mike McGlinchey, your right tackle on the backside. Look how hard he's got to work to get his hat to the play side. Gets to the play side on DeForest Buckner, washes them, and creates a good hole for Dobbins. Okay, because you run the ball well, now we're going to come out with our naked situation. As you look down the field, Bo Nix doesn't like anything he sees. He feels like this is a dangerous throw because you kind of got two guys right there. We're covered up. We're covered up. He just takes the one dude that he can throw the ball to, and we get no gain or gain of 1 yard. Whoops. I went back a play. Sorry, bear with me here. All right, we're finally back. Nothing there. Moving on. Okay, Bo's walking up to the line of scrimmage, communicating some changes to the offensive line. He sees that corner blitz coming off the right side. Offensive line does a great job picking it up. And Pat Bryant gets his first catch of the season. The young buck picks up a first down on a, 10 or 12-yard gain for the first pass of his career. We're going to get a corner blitz coming off this side of the field. Watch Mike McGlinchey. He's going to do a good job of identifying it. Offensive line gives Bo Nix nothing but time. Pat Bryant, good catch, good gain. There we go. Touchdown. What a beautiful drive for the Broncos on the first drive of the game. Bo Nix has got his guy Marvin Mims, gets beat by a step or two, and just delivers a beautiful 23-yard pass to Marvin Mims for a touchdown. Good guys are on the board for 7 points. Everything is feeling great right now, and honestly, the offense was moving pretty good throughout the game. Dang it, I did it again. Okay, next offensive drive for the Denver Broncos offense. Here we go. In 12 personnel, we got one tight end on the field. We got two running backs, and we're going right back to the wide zone. This is one of my favorite plays in football, okay? So we've got a tight end on the field, or excuse me, we've got a fullback on the field. And what I love about fullbacks is that when you put a fullback on the field, you've got call it and run it plays, meaning there's very little that they can do to get you out of the play. You're going to have a hat for a hat. We used to call this 18 force. I don't know what the Broncos are calling it, but you're going to be man here. Your fullback's going to lead up. He's going to be man through there. You've got good angles here. So good angles on this double team because see how this linebacker is behind the ball already. So you've got good angles right there. You'll be manned up there. These two will be double teaming up to 44 right there. All right, so you'll see right at the beginning here, Bo's given a kill call. So I'm guessing originally this ball was meant to run over to the left. He doesn't like the look over here. They got a safety down in the box. We're gonna kill it. Bo's gonna point behind his back. He's gonna tell the running back which direction to run the football. Okay. Um, Now, this is a tough angle. Before I said we had good angles, right? See how this linebacker is over here? Well, our double team has come in from the center and the right guard. These two guys are working up here. That's a tough angle because we're already outreached. So, in all likelihood, you're looking at a cutback play. Although your right guard does a good job of initially reaching his hat and getting outside right here, we do end up losing control at the last second. Got a double team on the backside coming over here. If we just could have held on to this block just a second longer, we would have had a really good play. All right, so good pass protection from everybody except for your center. Watch your center, number 60. He's got a stand up spinner from 99. We get a little bit too top heavy. We stand up, we reach. Fortunately, Bo Nix got this ball out of his hands really quickly because if he did not, DeForest Buckner was about to decapitate him. And we struggled to connect with Cortland Sutton for the majority of this game. For whatever reason, Bo and Cortland just could not get on the same page. Okay, second quarter. Looks like we've got an RPO going on here. You know it's an RPO when you see the offensive line. Look at the offensive line. Look at how aggressive they're being in the running game. They don't know if Bo's going to hand this ball off or if he's going to throw it. Now, you could have had something here, but this is Evan Ingram. He's got to block this dude right here. Okay, he's got to block him. And unfortunately, Evan Ingram does a very poor job on this block. If you just get a hat on a hat, you might have had something. See how Evan just gets top heavy, reaches, he loses his guy. If you get that block, Marvin Mims is able to go down the field and block down here. Okay, we got all day on this one. Good pass protection from the offensive line. Bo Nix is taking all day, scrambles around, doing his best Patrick Mahomes impersonation. We're going to roll out to our left. We're going to find Troy Franklin, who absolutely has firmly established himself as the number 2 wide receiver on this football team. Troy Franklin had a nice game. Great job by the O-line. Good job from Bo Nix scrambling out, buying time, and delivering a beautiful ball on the run, rolling out to his left. That's a really tough throw right there. Really, really tough throw. Now, I like this from Ben Powers. I like the finish. Watch number 74, your left guard. I don't love the beginning. I wish that he wouldn't torque his butt into the hole like that because you're only given a one-way go when you do that. You prefer to keep your shoulders square. But watch the finish here, okay? He gets stuck. I'm going to keep finish this thing. I'm just going to keep driving. We're going to keep rolling. Number 77 does a great job finishing. Quinn Miners. We're going to keep running our feet. We're going to get ourselves an extra yard or two. Garrett Bowles, nice finish. Put your man on the back. Give him a nice little shove in the back as you get there. Okay, so we come out in 22 personnel again. We got two tight ends to the left. We got two running backs on the field, making the Colts think we're in a run situation. Come out with a little bootleg play action and hit your tight end coming across for a shallow gain. Bo does a good job here, okay? You watch how quickly he's got to make his decision on this RPO. This is another run pass option. He sticks that ball into the belly of 27, pulls it out, barely has time to get his feet set, lets that sucker rip to Troy Franklin, who obviously continues his great game. Really, really nice to have Troy Franklin evolving into a great weapon for this offense. Nothing there, nothing there. Little boot action. Troy Franklin's wide freaking open. They got a bust on defense. Number 20 needed to cover him. Or 23, I should say. All right, the speedster's off and rolling again, man. A little fly sweep action. Let's roll. Timing of the snap count is everything on this one. You got to get that set right on time for you to turn around and hand that ball off to number 11, Troy Franklin. Trent Sherfield, watch number 5 out here. Love that from number 5. Evan Ingram does a better job of being a willing participant in the blocking game on this play. Again, just really, really good protection. I mean, look at that. Bo Nix doesn't have a dude within 6 yards of him. He doesn't like anything down the field, so we're just going to take the dump off here to our running back. Excuse me, to Trent Sherfield. RJ Harvey getting himself a carry for no gain. Broncos just don't have an answer for this one, okay? So we're running to the empty side. So here's how it works out, right? You've got a hat for everybody that's in the box. We're going to go double team up to here. We're going to go double team up to here. We'll be man on. Okay, so this play looks pretty clean when the play begins, and you've got a hat for a hat for a hat. Now, if they brought a dude into the box right here, we got to check out of it, right? Well, there's not a dude in the box right there. However, they bring a corner blitz off the left side of the field. They bring it in here. We just don't have a blocker for it. There's literally nothing we could do. Sometimes the defense just calls the right play at the right time, and they got the Broncos on this one. Another good pocket from the offensive line. Simple air out, simple pass, simple catch. Okay, Sean Payton's in his bag here a little bit with Troy Franklin. Sometimes you feel a dude's hot, so you start doing everything in your power to get the dude the ball as many times as you possibly can. Not a huge gain here, but I actually like the fact that Sean was reading the room. Troy was hot, just trying to get the ball in his hands, see if your playmaker can make a play. Bo's going to want this one back for sure. Um, Offensive line does a good job. Bo could step up right there. It doesn't have to be as tough as it is. Mike McGlinchey's dude ends up tipping the ball. I think the Bo next should have stepped up in the pocket just a little bit, but things happen. Ball gets tipped, and it really wasn't that bad of a throw if the ball didn't get tipped. Okay, they bring the house on this one. We do not have enough bodies to block everybody that they're blitzing. Bo knows it. He's just got to get rid of that ball on time. I ain't mad at him. You draw the pass interference on this one. He gets the ball out, even if it's an incompletion. It's a good job for Bo of just not taking a sack. Broncos really got bailed out on this series. It was penalty after penalty after penalty. Sometimes you'll take your good luck. Broncos draw another pass interference, or I think this might have been defensive holding. You can't remember if it was defensive holding or pass interference on Lucas Kroll. Lucas Kroll was lucky after the fact to not get a flag called on him. He was doing a lot of pointing and hollering. I was worried about him getting a personal foul after the fact. All right, new set of downs. They just keep giving us new set of downs. Not the best touch on this pass right here to Cortland Sutton. Thought this one probably should have been a back shoulder throw. He decides to throw the fade instead of the back shoulder. And yet again, one more. Just go ahead and give it to us. Broncos threw the ball 3 straight times. They could not connect. The referees are feeling generous, and Broncos were fortunate to continue to get all the flags on this drive. All right, let's try our hand at running the ball. How's this going to go? Not great. Feels like we're on our 100th opportunity down there in the lower red zone. Still have not been able to punch it in yet. And now we got ourselves a wide open target. Colts had multiple busted coverages in this game. I don't know why they're letting dudes get as open as this, but here we go. We'll take it. Easy pitch, easy catch. Just don't mess it up. Okay, minute 25 left. We're in 2-minute mode. See if we can get something going. This does not end up being a successful 2-minute drive. Broncos had 3 timeouts in the bag, and they chose to let the clock wind down. A lot of people were wondering why the Broncos didn't call any of their timeouts. Look, Sean Payton was just trying to play clock management. The Colts have been moving the ball at will, and the last thing you wanted to do was give the ball back to the Colts with any time on the clock. So you see what happens in the first couple plays. If you get a big gain in the first couple plays, you probably would have called timeout. But because you kind of stalled out here a little bit, Sean Payton decided to let the clock keep ticking down, and he goes into halftime not using any of his 3 timeouts. End up giving the ball back to the Colts with what I believe was about 17 seconds on the clock. And I actually think that was the right decision from Sean Payton based off the momentum of the game. Not sure what this ball was. That was just a bad ball. Okay, that's the end of the first half there, folks. That's all for the Broncos offense on the first half. I thought the Broncos did a lot of good things in the first half. We'll dive into the second half here, and shout out to Safeway, the title sponsor of Mount Polumbus Speaks. Couldn't do it without them. Safeway, fresh foods, local flavors. If you don't have the Safeway app on your phone, make sure you download it today. You're going to save a boatload of money in comparison to other delivery service apps. They make it super easy to order. They can save your orders. You can repeat orders. You can redeem points for discounts down the road, and that food will be at your doorstep before you blink your eye if you choose to get it delivered. Safeway, fresh foods, local flavors. If you guys have not subscribed to the Mount Polumbus Speaks podcast, hit that link in my bio on X. Go on over to YouTube and hit subscribe. It'll take you 3 seconds. That's where all my content lives. All right, let's start the second half here. And the Broncos offense as a whole for the game was great. You can't complain about a game in which you string together 4 total touchdowns. You moved the ball pretty dang well. There were some really good moments in the running game. Unfortunately, in the second half, though, the Broncos offense just couldn't quite finish when they needed. You were up by 8 points at one point, and the wheels just sort of fell off. So it was really unfortunate the Broncos lost this game. But let's dive into the second half, and we'll see some missed opportunities to the Broncos offense. Here's the first play of the second half. We're going to go cross-flow action. with Trent Sherfield playing kind of a tight end looking spot in the backfield. J.K. Dobbins got the far majority of the carries in this game. I like the play design here. Nothing overly complicated. You're going to put Trent Sherfield in motion. They're going to go cross flow action. He's going to cut the defensive lineman. And here's what you've got. Okay, so boom, 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 boom up here. And then Trent's going to come all the way backfield and cut this guy off right there. Really good job, honestly, from your left guard, Ben Powers. Look how he gets his hat in front on number 90, stretches him. 48 falls backside. J.K. Dobbins reads the hole correctly. DeForest Buckner's a good football player. He falls off in the last second. But that's a well-executed run right there for the Broncos. I really liked a lot of what I saw in the running game against the Colts. I'll take it, man. Okay, pistol formation. Little play action, bubble screen. Give Marvin Mims, our punt returner, involved in the passing game. Might have been an RPO action here. I'm not entirely sure, or if this was always designed. Actually, I think this is just designed. Shoot, I accidentally skipped over that play. Oh, well. Okay, again, for the most part, offensive line does a great job of pass protection. Bo Nix has got all day here. Nothing but time. Can get his feet planted, deliver the ball out to your number one wide receiver, Courtland Sutton. Good to see him getting involved a little bit, although didn't have a ton of action in this game. Okay, so we call this Texas route coming out of the backfield. So you're going to motion RJ Harvey back into the backfield. You're going to clear out just about everybody else, your wide receivers. Your Texas route is a simple angle route like this, and he's wide frickin' open. Biggest gain of the game for RJ Harvey. We really ran a lot of bubble screens. I don't know if they went into the game with that game plan or if they just felt that Troy Franklin was the hot hand. When you got a guy that's quick and shifty like Troy, bubble screens are just a quick way to get him involved in the game. This was a good job by the offensive line identifying the blitzer. You pick up number 48 with your left guard, and then let me see. I can't tell who that is. Oh, that's Courtland Sutton. Okay, so Courtland does a good job of I really like this from Courtland Sutton. That's a good job of blocking for a wide receiver. I mean, you start out the second half, you just march right on down the field, right? Here we go. Let's go. Broncos offense has been clicking all day long. Touchdown, good guys. Everything's rolling. Garrett Bowles gets, Mike McGlinchey, your right tackle over here. He's going to get a touchdown block on number 48. Just gets a hat on a hat. We got open side runs. I don't, if I'm being honest, I don't really love the effort here from number 72. He hardly puts any effort into that at all, but it doesn't matter because he's away from the play. And then who's this? Okay, let me back up. Okay, Cortland Sutton over here. Okay, this is a couple plays in a row from Cortland Sutton. You got to love wide receivers. They're willing to get involved in the blocking game. Watch Cortland Sutton dig out number 20. That's just a great job from a wide receiver, dude. That's a good job in the running game. That's cool to see. Your captain wants to get involved in the running game. That's good stuff, man. Really, really good stuff. Nothing here on this sprint out action. Bo's got to put this ball in the dirt and live to fight another down. Well, he probably did have, I mean, I don't blame him because he's under a lot of pressure, okay? But if you pause it right here, watch number 14, Cortland Sutton. He is going to be wide open, but Bo Nix is under a lot of pressure. He's got two dudes that are right in his face, and he decides to dirt it. I don't think it's a big deal that he didn't get back to Cortland Sutton on that one. Who would have seen a shootout between the Denver Broncos and the Colts? Okay, I'm gonna back this up here. All right, this is all 18 truck tackle pull. All right, so Cortland Sutton is gonna block down. We're gonna pull around. We've got the alley, and then we've got one more coming through right here. Cortland does a nice job of trying initially to get engaged, and then we're gonna have to gain all the way on the backside. Um, this is one of my favorite plays in football. It could be a home run hitter. Sometimes, though, it really comes down to this initial block from the wide receiver and if he could stay engaged or not. Cortland did a good job in the running game in this game. Excuse me, that was not Cortland. Let's see, who is that? The outside blocker. I think that's Troy Franklin. Cortland does do his job blocking down, and then whoever this is, I think it's Troy Franklin coming down on number 20. That's the dude that just can't keep his hat on him long enough. See, if you keep a hat on number 20 there, you got some blockers out in space. Let me back up, sorry. False start. Got a lot of fingers pointing. Never want to have all those fingers pointing at you. Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram's got a slow start here with the Denver Broncos. I think he's only got 4 catches on the season so far. He has been battling an ankle injury, so give him a little bit of grace. But I would have expected Evan Ingram to be a much bigger part of the passing game in the first 2 games of the season. All right, I love this. Okay, so we're third and long, right? And you don't have very many options on third and long. You got halfback screens, you got halfback draws, you got safe plays. You just don't want to do anything stupid. And here's the way this is going to work. Okay, normally he would have the kick out, but it's going to turn into the alley. We're going to get 3 guys out. This guy's got a rat peel more times than not. You've got 2 blockers out in space. They do a good job covering him up, and J.K. Dobbins has got a lot of green grass in front of him. Good job from Quinn Miners. He misses on his first block. All right, you miss on your first block. Find somebody else to block. And yet again, let's look at our captain down here, number 14. This dude just wants to block, man. He just wants to block. I love it. End up picking up a first down on 3rd and forever. Gun run right up the gut here. We're going to go weak side run. So we're manned up out here. We're going to go combo block up to 44. You got a B block on the backside. We're working across face to 48. Now you see how we're out leveraged here, okay? So the running back's starting over here, and the ball is designed to go this way. But we've got all these linebackers out leveraged from our offensive linemen. So what does that tell this running back? Before that ball is ever even snapped, he can identify these linebackers. He can see that they're all pushed play side. So that means we're probably going to get some wall blocks over here. We're not going to get the reach, meaning the ball's got to cut backside. Okay, we got power pass. We're going off play action. We're making it look like we're running power to the right-hand side. We're going to pull our left guard, kick him out. Bo doesn't like it, decides to pick up 3 or 4 yards. Bit of a dangerous ball. But great pass protection again from the offensive line. I thought the O-line played great in this game. Okay, 4th quarter. Didn't get a ton of plays in the 3rd. We love running play action off of power. So what I mean by that is you pull your backside guard. Watch number 74. He's going to pull into the right side. That immediately is going to get your linebackers' attention. Try to get them to suck up a little bit, but they don't bite on it. Bolsey can't let his guy cross face on him like this. Bolsey's got to stay inside out. Okay, we're going to get a handoff to J.K. Dobbins here. We're going over to the weak side again, and unfortunately nothing there on this one. We'll see what goes wrong when we get to the other angle. Okay, so by design, we're going to the open side, right? So that means we got to – oh, sorry, let me back it up. Pause. Thank you. So we're going to the open side. We're going to the right. That means we're out leveraged again, okay? So we're going to kick this dude out. We're going to work on the backside. This angle isn't too bad right here. You might be able to seal this dude off. That would be ideal if you could. And in a perfect world, you've got a pretty good-looking hole right here. Unfortunately, it does not work out that way. Bowles has got to get play side. Bowles is way too shallow, okay? He's got to get that hat. Look at number 72. You see how his hat is on the backside left shoulder? He's got to get that hat all the way to the play side. He needs to be on the play side number. He's on the backside shoulder, and that's why Dobbins doesn't have a hole there. I don't love this from Quinn Miners. You don't see him get stuffed in the box very often like that. Quinn Miners gets bounced back. And this is our interception here. Just bad ball from Bo, man. I'm not quite sure what he was trying to get done here. Just does this ball get tipped or something? I don't think so. Maybe it does. Maybe it does get tipped. Yeah, it does. Okay, that explains it. Decent little run right here from J.K. Dobbins. We're going to pick up 6 or 7 yards. Bring our tight end down in motion. We're in 22 personnel again. Heavy personnel. 2 running backs, 2 tight ends. That's a great run from JK. That is a very small hole, and he finds a way to sneak through that sucker and pick up 6 or 7 yards. They're playing Trent Sherfield in that tight end role quite a bit. Broncos use cadence here. Go with the fullback handoff. Well, not fullback, excuse me, that's J.K. Dobbins, but they're in a wishbone formation. It's good enough. Pick up the first. I don't love this from J.K. Dobbins. I understand that he sees the dude that was in the neutral zone, but he stops the play. You got to stay involved, dude. Stay involved. The play was not blown dead yet. Okay, we got 5:39 left in the game here. Okay, Bo next is going to find Evan Ingram for a gain of 12 yards. Fantastic pocket from the offensive line. Evan Ingram just sits down in the soft spot on the zone. Bo Nix finds him. Good gain. Love this, man. God, I love seeing big plays in the running game. Open side run. Just look at that. Look at this push from the offensive line. You got 5 dudes that are all on the same angle. Everybody's working hard to get their hats to the play side. 77 gets his hat to the play side up on number 44. Number 74 and number 72 actually forced number 48 to backdoor. You see this number 48 right here. As soon as he backdoors that thing, you got everything that you want. So you appreciate that. He made life easy on you. You didn't even have to touch the dude. Offensive line does a great job. Okay, we bring in an extra tackle here. Alex Palczewski reports as eligible. And we got real heavy personnel. This is Palczewski all the way out here, and then you got 2 tight ends, so it's really like a 3 tight end set. This is duo. So we got double teams. Double team up there. Double team up there. We got to go man here. We got to go man here. Bo's got all day. Doesn't like anything down the field. I don't blame him. Decides to try to hit the check down. Well, sort of. Ball gets batted. Too many batted balls. We got a jailbreak screen out here to the right-hand side. Again, getting the ball into Troy Franklin's hands. Offensive line's all going to get out, try to get up in space, and try to make a play. And unfortunately, this is the bummer of the game, right? You got a chip shot. Will Lutz, got to make it, man. Just got to make it, man. You're getting paid a lot of money. I'm not putting the game on him by any means. There's always a handful of plays in any given game that are going to be the difference between a win and a loss. But Will Lutz has got to do his job. You got one job. You got to make kicks. Got to make kicks. And that's a wrap, folks. So, look, I thought that the Broncos offense did a lot of good things. They really did. It turned out to be a shootout. I did not predict a shootout between the Broncos and the Colts in this game. I would have thought it was going to be a much lower scoring game. Our quote-unquote elite defense did not do their job. I'll try to break down the defensive film. We'll see everything that went wrong there. Offense, for the most part, was good throughout the day. They couldn't capitalize at the end of the game when we really needed them to. Couple big mistakes. We had the interception that hurt us a lot, and just a couple stalled out opportunities that when you had an opportunity to put your foot on their throat, you didn't get it done. So Broncos lose a heartbreaker against the Colts, and it's unfortunate because that was a very winnable road game. Look, the season's okay. You got everything in front of you. But now you got to make up a game on the road that you previously did not. You got to win at home, and you got to split your road games if you want to be a playoff team. That was a winnable road game, and that's why that one stings so much. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me here on Mount Polumbus Speaks. I'll get that defensive film out to you guys as soon as I can. If you have not subscribed to Mount Polumbus Speaks, hit that link in my bio. On X, go on over to YouTube and hit subscribe. It'll take you 3 seconds. That's where all my content lives. Love you guys.